I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And I know you ask yourself, what is he holding up? Well, this is the Hoops to Go Pro Basketball Classic set that we are auctioning off for a good cause. So, if you want this classic Hoop to Go basketball set, DM me and make your offer. This is an auction for a good cause. Now, let me begin. Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And tonight, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is someone I saw on YouTube giving guys the business in this one-on-one league called Fight Ball. Then I found out he was from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So you know, I had to show him some love. The next day, I posted him to my IG and asked if anyone knew him. My guy Tooth hit me up and said that was the homie. So, here we are tonight. This basketball head is a Milestone Prep and Florida international great whose reputation extends from the Sunshine State to the West Coast all the way to New York City. He averaged 30 points in JUCO before heading to Florida International to play for NBA Hall of Fame inductee Isaiah Thomas. He averaged 13 points and 14 points respectively in 2 years at FIU. Once his college career was over, he played a few years in the D League, now the G League, before returning home to reinvent himself in the Fight Ball one-on-one full-court basketball league. He would reign supreme in 2016 as the Fight Ball champion and took home a cool $100,000. That's mean. Of course, he repped New York City to the fullest, so you know I had to bring him on the show to hear his story. He beat out guys from all across the country. They was coming from Cali, D.C., Houston, you name it. My guy got him out of there. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, Milestone Prep, Florida International, University great, and the 2016 Fight Ball champion, Marvin, MoneyovaFame, Roberts.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's up, champ?
What's good?
What's good, my brother?
I'm chilling. How you? How's everything?
I'm great, man. So, listen, I'm sitting home one weekend. I think we was on spring break or something. No, I think it was had to be a few months back. And we were just out of school, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always on YouTube looking for something new, especially things that have to do with New York City.
Right.
So one day, this Fight Ball thing come on. Now, I remember the Nike one-on-one cage game that they had back in the day with Junie Sanders.
Back with Junie, General Electric.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
that's my guy. That's a big homie right there.
There you go. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. Let me check it out. And I'm always looking for New York City guys, man. And then, you know, I saw you. I was like, oh, Duke looked familiar. But I still couldn't put my hand on it, right?
Yeah.
And as they start, you know, you start to tell your story a little bit and you started balling, I was like, yo, I was so wrapped in it, homie. I watched your whole season. And then that first half, when we going to get into it, which I was like, damn, Duke not going to win. And you pulled that shit out, man. Let me tell you, bro. For another Brooklyn guy to another, a baller, you made me proud, fam. Made all of us proud.
Yo, good looking. I appreciate that for real.
No doubt.
For real. I love fight ball for sure. Fight ball is definitely I love fight ball. I can't wait till they come back.
There you go. So what I like to ask everyone who come on the show is, who introduced you to the game?
As far as basketball?
Yeah.
When I moved, I went to school in Queens for 1 year. So my mom's moved to Queens after I graduated elementary school. So when I got to Queens, I met this kid named Shakani McKinn, aka Tiny. He was probably my first friend in Queens. And at the time, in the 6th grade, he was probably like top 10 in the country in point guards. So, I mean, I didn't know much about basketball then. And then as I used to hang around him more, I met more other people, Marcus Cox. I don't know if you know Ray Arnold. Remember Ray Arnold from back in the days?
Okay. Sound familiar.
Yeah, he from Queens also. So I started hanging around those guys, and those guys was real good in basketball, but I never really played basketball. So hanging around those guys, I just got into the game. I wasn't that good at the time. All those guys was ranked in the country in the 6th grade. Like I didn't know nothing about that, but being around with them and my junior high school coach, Coach Robert Holford, shout out to him. Even though I wasn't that good.
Yo, legend. I just had him together, did a session with him, Ray Haskins, Tiny, and my guy John Johnson. We did a tribute to Tom Kachowski.
Right. So Robert Holford, that was my junior high school coach. He the one who really, even though I wasn't that good, he kept me on the team. I guess he saw potential. Like he kept me in the gym. I was hanging around those guys, so I was working out every day, getting better. And as I got older, I got better. Like I could say I was probably a late bloomer. Probably around my sophomore year in high school, I really blew up. But that's how Robert Holford.
Definitely gonna get there.
Shout out to Robert Holford. Shout out to Tiny. Those guys definitely inspired me and put the ball in my hand.
No doubt. So do you remember that first game, that very first game you played
in junior high school?
How was it?
For sure, I was nervous. Nervous.
Yo, I asked that question because only a few people say they weren't nervous. 99% of the people, first game, facts, nervous.
It was nervous. I mean, I definitely was nervous. So, I mean, I remember missing a couple layups. So, I mean, I was bigger than everybody at the time too. So I was taller than everybody in junior high school. So I was probably playing like the 4, missed a couple layups. But I mean, like I said, as the season went on, I got better. And that nervousness went away. Confidence started getting there. Once my confidence started getting up, then everything started falling into place.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. I saw when your confidence kicked in. And when your confidence kicked in, and when it starts, man, somebody's in for some trouble. Trust me.
That's a fact.
For sure. So, what the guy that you named, Tiny and the other guy, were they the best players in the neighborhood at the time?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. They definitely was. Yo, Irv, first press came after. Shout out to Irv Walker.
That's right. It's my guy. He was just on here the other day. Salute,
yeah,
Irv.
So me and Irv played on first press together.
Keep pushing, Irv.
Me and Irv played on first press together, First Presbyterian, CYO, and all of those. That's how I met Irv. We played in Citywide. Irv is my guy. Irv was always playing up. Irv like the 3rd grade, playing with the older guys, killing. Irv was my guy.
Yeah, it's something about, playing up, right? Because it prepares you when you got to play against guys your age. It's really nothing.
That's a fact.
A lot of us who came up, it was like a rite of passage to go out to the park and play against the older guys and get bumped around, right? Learn what a pick and roll is. Learn how to cut and move without the ball.
That's
all
a fact.
Those things.
Definitely.
Yeah. So what high school did you attend?
So in New York, I went to Holy Cross my freshman year in Queens.
Achievements. Yes.
I went to Holy Cross my first year. Averaged like 19, 20 points my freshman year.
Wow.
I end up leaving Holy Cross, and I went to Richmond Hill for a little while, but I never played on the team, and I didn't feel like that was gonna be a good fit for me. But every school basically in Brooklyn, like Boys and Girls High School, Robeson, everybody was trying to get me to come to their school once they knew I was coming. I moved back to Brooklyn. My mom moved back to Brooklyn, so everybody was trying to get me to come to their school.
Why you didn't
But
go to Lincoln, fam?
nigga Tiny was trying to get me to go to Lincoln too, even when I was playing with Juice All Stars.
Yeah, I read that. That was another good thing. Word.
But the only thing that was holding me back was I went to Holy Cross my freshman year, and those Catholic, that was Catholic school, and those credits, like religion class and all those other classes, don't transfer over to public school.
Right.
So I wouldn't have enough credits to play if I'd have left Holy Cross and went to another public school. So when I went to Richmond Hill, I really ain't have the grades to play because, like I said, they didn't take all my credits. So after that, I just went to prep school. I went to Mount Zion. I was there with Brandon Rush at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So why did they have you down at Milestone?
No, I transferred to Milestone.
Oh, okay, got you.
Because Milestone, remember, Milestone was, you ever heard of Laurinburg?
Yes, facts.
Laurinburg,
knew about that for a long time.
Yeah, so Laurinburg closed down, and basically the coach, I was gonna go to Laurinburg, and the coach that was at Laurinburg, basically everybody from Brooklyn was at Laurinburg. Delroy, James, Saquon Stone, Saquon Kirkland, like all Keywan, like all my guys at Laurinburg. So I was going there, but then they closed it down, and the coach that was bringing me there, he opened up Milestone Prep. It was also in North Carolina. So
That's
a lot of the guys from there, if they didn't go to college that year, they went over to Milestone Prep. So that's how I ended up at Milestone.
Wow. So you think Milestone Prep could be a Laurinburg for guys in Brooklyn who, having trouble in high school and can finish up there?
For sure. Definitely. Coach was a bit, shout out to Coach Gordon. He was a big help. Made sure everybody went D1. He made sure everybody got looks. Like he did what he was supposed to do.
And you get a chance to get away from New York City and focus on the thing that you need to focus on.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, even though North Carolina, Raleigh's it's like a country, but it's a city also. But you're away from all your distractions and everybody you're in a whole new environment.
So when you was coming up, right? What parks had the most action when you got your reps at?
I got most of my reps at 8-ball.
8-ball.
I got most of my reps at 8-ball, so I'm not even gonna lie. 8-ball, I was in there a lot. That was one of my favorite tournaments. We got multiple
Those
courses.
People don't know that's 258 Park, right?
Right on Tompkins. Facts.
For years.
So let me see what else. But yeah, I could say coming up, 8-ball is where I got all my reps in at. All the time. Every morning, we was going to hoop.
And it's a lot of courts. You get a lot of reps there. You go from different courts, from the half court to the full court, right?
That's a fact.
Definitely. Yep. For sure.
But yeah, that's where I was at a lot when I was younger.
Okay. So you moved out of New York, went down to North Carolina. Was the competition a little tougher? How did you fare with the competition down there?
I mean, yeah, I could say it was tougher because in New York City, each school probably got one or two guys, and they got some role players. But in prep school, you got each team. We playing against Oak Hills, like they got 6 All-Americans. So it's like, yeah, it was tougher. It was tougher competition. It was better competition.
Y'all played against Fork Union as well?
Who?
Fork Union.
Nah, we didn't play Fork Union.
Okay.
I mean, we playing Boys to Men, Oak Hill, Brewster, South Kent. We was playing Mount Zion also.
Okay.
We playing a real good schedule. I mean, he still had all his connections from when he was at Laurinburg, and Laurinburg had a top 5 national schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
He had NBA players. He had D1 players. A lot of overseas players.
Yeah, I interviewed Mel Davis. Mel Davis, but he didn't go. He went to Boys and Girls. Charlie Scott, who went to Laurinburg.
Okay, I remember Charlie.
Yeah,
I know Charlie.
Definitely. Yeah. So what transition did you have to make down at Milestone Prep, coming from New York and going down to North Carolina? What transition did you have to make?
I mean, I ain't really had to make no transition, honestly. When I got there, Coach Gordon, he had all the confidence in the world in me. And I don't think he even seen me play much. He just heard about me. And they had a kid named Antoine Watson he was top 20 in the country at the time. And all the schools was coming to look at him. I mean, the first day I got there, I was at him. Once everybody on the team see me at him and me killing him and me talking my shit, they all just fell in line like, oh, because he was the one talking shit that he was the bully. So once I came and they seen somebody bullying a bully, everybody like, oh shit. Oh, all right. Oh, well, he good too. He nice too. So now we got two of them on our team. So I mean, that's how it was.
That's real. That's real.
It was a good transition. Coach had confidence in me, so I mean, my confidence was already up, and Coach got confidence in me and giving me the green light. Then that's basically all I need. Like once a player has a green light, I mean, it's really nothing he can't do. If he's that kind of a guy, if he's that player, like, there's nothing you really can't do once you got the green light. You gonna hit shots you gonna think you couldn't hit once you got the green light. You in the gym.
Yo, I'm telling you, yo, fam, I've been in that zone. I've been in that position. I've played with dudes who've been in that position.
Facts.
And you say to yourself, did I just hit that?
Facts.
Right? But nobody knows you saying it's in your mind, right? It's
facts.
Like, when those shots is going, it's like shooting a ball in the ocean. You ain't gonna miss.
That's a fact. When you on, you on.
Yeah, man. So now you move on to JUCO, right? For 2 years. So I know for the amount of points you was averaging, you went down there with an attitude, fam. Like, what were you on averaging 30? Like, that's crazy.
Yo, the thing is, I'm in El Reno, Oklahoma. I know nobody know where that's at. I didn't know where it's at when I was going down there. And the only reason I ended up there is because of my SAT scores whatnot. I was gonna go to Providence out of not a Longburg, out of Milestone.
Oh, okay.
I was real close to going to Providence out of there, but my SAT scores whatnot wasn't good, so I had to go to JUCO route. And at the time, Raleigh Community College, they was number 3 in the country. They won a couple of national championships, and they wanted a couple of guys from my school, and they was giving one of the coaches from the school a job. So it was like, we gonna go there. So we all went there. The head coach was a guy we ain't know. We just met him. But I was coming off the bench my freshman year. I was averaging like 15 off the bench. And then the next year, I was probably like the second or third leading scorer off the bench my freshman year. Then the next year, we had a couple kids graduate. You know Kayvon Litch?
Yeah.
Happy Feet?
Yeah.
He was at JUCO with me. He transferred and went to Midland. So he left, went to Midland. A new coach came in. Our head coach got a job at Middle Tennessee. I mean, we did pretty good my freshman year. So he got a job at Middle Tennessee that year. So he left. And Redlands brought in a young coach, a kid that used to play for their school that won a couple championships with them. So, I mean, he was pretty close in age to us. So he brought in his own players. I guess he thought like he was doing something. So the guys that stayed, it's probably like 6 of us that stayed. Everybody else either transferred or went on to go D1 or D2. So my coach stayed, and then like 6 of us, and he brought in the rest of his team.
Wow.
So he'll put his people on the floor. I'll be on the floor. Me and the kid Antoine Watson, I told you that was top 20 in the country.
Yeah.
He went to Redlands with me also. So we went from prep school to JUCO together. So he put both of us on the second 5. Like, he just came and he had his first 5, put both on the second 5, like it was nothing. So he had his coaches in there and whatnot, and I was like, yo, this is my shit. I don't care if you was hit as my shit. So I was wilding on him in practice every day. Like, I used to be wilding on him to the point where he had to put me in the first 5. Like, I was wilding on him. All the coaches was coming to see me. Everybody was coming to see me how much I was wilding. And the season didn't even start yet. So I don't know if you know this. I signed to Cal State Fullerton before the season even started.
Nah.
I signed to Cal State Fullerton.
Wow.
My coach, that was the head coach, that told the young guy that came, he went from Redlands and then he went to Cal State Fullerton for 2 years. He graduated from there. So they felt like he had a little plug with him. But I went to Cali. I ended up signing with them. That was before the season even started. Season start. First game, 50. Second game, 45. Third game, 45. Fifth game, 37. Like on a bad night, I would have 28. Like throughout the whole season, I was wilding throughout the whole season. Now, all these coaches are still trying to get in contact with me. So I tell Cal State Fullerton I don't want to go there no more. I need my release. It took them a long time. That's a whole nother story how I got my release. But once I got my release, all the schools start flowing in. I ended up getting a call from Isaiah Thomas. I ended up going there on a visit.
Did you Suge Knight your way out there?
That's a fact. I had to Suge Knight my way out there. They didn't know I knew certain people.
Right.
So once they wasn't giving me my release, one of my coaches, he was best friends. One of my coaches from Brooklyn, he was best friends with the head person of the NCAA. So once I told him what was going on, he called his friend, and then the next day, Cal State Fullerton called me cursing me out. And I was like,
you did it the right way, fam. Listen, when you know people, listen, ain't no problem picking up the phone there. Listen, I need your help with this.
Look, yo, that's my uncle right there. You see Tooth?
Tooth, your uncle?
Yeah.
Yo, so.
You see what he wrote?
He didn't get into all that. He just said, yo, G, he'll be on your show, right? That's my guy from way back, way back.
That's a fact. Tooth, my uncle. He hit me. He was like, yo, want you on the show. Yo, it's not a problem. But you see what he said, right? The whole Fullerton staff hated him because he was in Cali at the time.
Facts.
So they all
salute my brother.
So they was mad at a lot of people out there, Fullerton. They was mad at a lot of people because they ain't get me in. I mean, Fullerton wouldn't have been a bad look at all. It's just that I thought I had an easier route getting to the league with Isaiah.
Makes sense. So, now, even though you went the junior college route, I'm going to say this. Now, it's going to be a norm. Because of the transfer portals, you're going to see a whole influx of kids going to junior college.
Facts.
Because that's going to be the way to go to get their game and their name and their brand up.
Because honestly, the coaches.
The D1 schools is taking the dudes from the transfer portal.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. They looking at all the kids from in the transfer portal. Like, all right, he's at this school. His numbers is this, is that. All right, we taking him. He already groomed. He already played in the NCAA. They going to get those kids.
And so junior college is going to be very exciting. This shit, so, needless to say.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Next couple of years, and it's always been exciting, right? But it's just going to have a super influx of players right now.
That's a fact.
Because of what's going on.
That's definitely a fact. But I'm gonna be happy to see it, man.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with JUCO, fellas, at all.
Nah, look, I said myself, I went to Fairleigh Dickinson. I wish I would have went JUCO. Back then, it was just like, gotta get to D1.
Gotta get D1.
Right?
That's right.
D1 was everything. D1 was everything. And since a lot of my friends was going to JUCO, I just didn't understand it. I was like, you know what? Let me go here. And then when I wanted to bounce, my mom was like, nah, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's
but it all worked out. I didn't want to
go JUCO because remember at the time in my class was OJ Mayo and Greg Oden and who else? Tyreek Evans.
Right.
All those guys was in my class, so it was like, nah, we're not going JUCO. We going at them. James Harden was in my class. We going at them. I'm going at them, so we going D1. They going D1, we going D1. So I wasn't even thinking that route, but I had to go that route. I had to. Like, I didn't have a choice.
So, I see you. Your Instagram name is Carlton Hines.
Yeah.
Explain that, because that's was my guy. Rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace, Hans. Ever since
sure. I know him since he was like 14 years old.
Ever since I was young and I watched the Colin Hans story, I wanted to be like Colin Hans. Real talk. I wanted to be as far as like he was nice and bull. He had his entourage. He used to come to games in furs and the Benz trucks, killing. I mean, he had swag. He had the money. Like, he had all that. So I wanted to have that. I wanted to be that. I come in the game deep with my guys, pull up in the BMWs, trucks with the money, come on the court. I got swag off the court, and I'm coming in killing, dunking Hans. Like, that was my guy. Like, I still watch his documentary till this day. I'll be watching it over and over. Like, that was my guy.
No doubt. Let's see. It's a basketball by escape. Okay. Well, not on a block. Facts. Young is still something that worked though. That's real talk right there, man. That's real talk.
But yeah,
so,
Colin Hans, who's that dude, man?
He's an inspiration. He's an inspiration. He was the second guy to go to MCI after me once I went there. And it's so crazy because my coach asked me. I didn't know he was coming, but my coach was like, yo, you want to stay at prep year? Because I went my senior year.
Yeah.
Had I known Carlton was coming,
you would have stayed?
I would have stayed. Oh, facts.
Y'all have been going crazy.
It would have been crazy. It definitely. We'd have went and tore the Big East up. Because I'd been like, yo, come on, Carlton, we going. Let's just give this shit a try. Facts.
Right. But yeah,
that's that's definitely. I understand it and definitely respect it.
Yeah.
Go down to Florida International. How is now? I know you got to make a transition now because you were the Hall of Famer, somebody that's revered, and somebody that can get you to the next level.
Right. I went on my visit. It's Isaiah, it's Penny Hardaway, and like one of his good friends. So we in Miami. You already know Miami's already crazy. It's love. So sure. I'm down there like, nah, this is crazy. I never really been to Miami before that. So once I went to Miami, I already fell in love with the school and the area before anything. But I really ain't want to all the way sign. Yo, shout out to my man Raleigh. Sean Bell, man. DD and Sean Bell. Shout out to my guy.
Salute.
Definitely. He the one who put me on the street. Well, he didn't put me on the street ball scene, but he took my career to another level on the street ball scene for sure. But
okay.
So Isaiah.
So now Florida International is South Beach or Miami? Because I have to tell people there's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
South Beach and Miami.
It was Miami.
Okay.
But it was 20 minutes from South Beach.
Still nice, but there's a difference.
It was 20 minutes from South Beach. South Beach was so close. I was on South Beach all the time. After practice, I was going to South Beach. Like,
right.
He was chilling. So South Beach was right there. I mean, it was
like going to Manhattan.
Basically, going right across the bridge to Manhattan. All we do is going across the bridge, across Star Island, and we was there.
Oh, man. How was Isaiah Thomas as a coach?
I mean, he was cool as a coach. He was a player's coach. I mean, he just wanted you to play defense. I mean, he's big on defense, as we know, but he was cool. He never nagged much. He never, like, as far as...
I don't think that would have been a problem for you. You seem like you that grit kind of a player, right?
Nah, it wouldn't have been a...
30, you ain't going to want nobody scoring 30 on you.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I feel like I started playing defense more after college, honestly. But I feel like only that because in New York, that's when I was really playing street ball a lot more. And in New York City, you know, everybody, you got to name everybody trying to come at you. So you really do got to buckle down. In college, every person you guard is not like that. So unless it's that main guy on the other team or the second main guy or something, but everybody in college not like that. But in New York City, you could have, like Sean Bell, we have 10 guys that could go. 20.
Anytime.
at any time. Like you got 10 guys that could have 20 to 30 anytime they want.
Wow. So, what was the biggest transition you had to make there?
At FIU,
Yeah.
he wanted me to pass sometimes. So
you never saw a shot you didn't think was good, huh?
right. So that's one thing I had to adjust to as far as passing. I mean, I knew as I got older, it was better. It helped because I back then I was thinking me and getting buckets and going to the league. That's it. I was like, I just wanted to get buckets and go to the league. But it was more to it.
Yep.
Teammate, all around player, getting wins. Like it was more to it, and that all comes with the politics. So you definitely got to have everything. You got to be A1 all around the board, not just in one thing.
Hey, listen, and I'll tell you, man, we got somebody that can score already, right? So I'm gonna give you a little story on who I had on. I always mention this. What's his name? Glenn. He played in the ABA, former guest, right?
Yeah.
The full name would come to me. But he was a scorer. He was playing in the ABA, 30, 40. Oh, man, his name will come to me. Well, he wound up going to the Boston Celtics.
Uh-huh.
And Red Auerbach said, if you're going to come here, you're going to pass. Because we already got scorers.
He wasn't trying to hear that.
He wasn't trying to hear that. Told Red Auerbach, get the F out of here. Red Auerbach said, you'll never play another day in the NBA. Facts.
He played?
No. Yo, it's that real. I had guys, here guys saying, I was at the NBA camp and I was killing. You see him on NBA TV getting 23, 24. But they already got Melo. They already got Damian Lillard already.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's what
people don't understand that.
That's another thing I had to learn in the D League. In the D League, that didn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody could score. Everybody. From the point guard to the big man, everybody could score. It's about
everybody big.
It's about what else you gonna do.
Glenn Hagan. Sorry about that. Glenn Hagan.
That was his name?
St. Bonaventure great. He used to put up, I'm talking about the numbers he used to put up. He said he averaged 62, 12, and 11 in 1 year.
12 and 11?
Yeah, not in ABA, but that was like the most he ever averaged in a tournament.
That's crazy. Those numbers is crazy.
And then we talking about like in the 70s, like when everybody was balling. Like you had a ball player. 10 guys, like you said, 10 out of 10 was nice back then.
That's a fact. But
crazy. So now you guys, you're at FIU, right? And this is the James Majors question. James Majors, Bishop Loughlin, great. Seton Hall, great. He said in 1983 to 85, they were getting $5 a day for meal money.
Damn.
Now, I know from my school, Phil Dickinson, from 88 to 92, we was getting roughly $200, $250 for road trips.
Right.
Right? Now it varies. How was you guys treated when you guys hit the road?
Oh, we was treated with love. Honestly, we stayed at all 5-star hotels.
Facts.
Isaiah didn't play that. Back then, I was at the Roof Chris's and the Capitol Grills before I even knew what that was. I was no lie. Isaiah would have the whole team at Capitol Grill, Roof Chris, Ocean Air, like all these restaurants that people go to now, we go to now. Isaiah was taking us back then. I used to be like, that's crazy. If we'll go to a hotel, if he didn't like it, we're not staying here. We're going to another spot. We're going to the West End, or we're going to the Marriott. We're going to a 5-star joint. He don't play that.
The one thing I can say, I don't know about all the other schools, but I know for most of the guys who I talk to, when we hit the road, live kind of like rock stars.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's a fact.
There's no roof ends. There's no ends in the hotel. right?
None of that. We was in
5-star
hotels.
better, right?
We was in
So,
5-star
yeah.
tellies, eating 5-star meals every day. So that's why he used to be on us a lot. Like, yo, he used to be like, yo, a lot of colleges is not getting what y'all getting.
Facts.
Like the equipment manager, we're telling what we want. I want 5 pair of these Adidas. Because we sponsored by Adidas. I want this and that. He'd be like, yo, we don't got enough money for that in the budget. Isaiah be like, yo, just get them what they asked for. Obviously, he was taking care of the rest. Like, it was get them what they asked for.
Right.
Whatever they asked,
Right.
get it for them. I mean, so as
Crazy.
far as that goes, it was love. On the road trips, it was love. We definitely was like rock stars. You know, everybody was seeing Isaiah. Everybody used to be running up this crazy. They seen us on some of our TV games. Like,
Oh, for sure, for sure. He had a popping down there because nationally, y'all was getting that coverage nationally because he was the coach.
that's a fact. That's the only reason. And that's probably like I said, the only reason I went there was because of him.
Fact.
And I seen, oh, all right, we got a schedule. We about to play Florida State, North Carolina, we got to play Tulsa. So we're going to have some big schools to play, so why not?
What was your best game at FIU?
My best game? I don't even know, honestly. I had a lot of games, 30-point games, 29-point games, but I could say one of my favorite games was my first game ever at FIU. We played North Carolina on national television.
Whoa, tell me about that. And tell me how you was feeling seeing that sky blue and white North Carolina blue colors on the other end of the court.
I mean, I was hyped like all throughout the day. No lie, I was hyped throughout the day. Then when we got in that gym, and you know that gym is packed. Everybody on you.
Yes. Facts.
I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. I got nervous.
Listen, if you don't say that you got nervous, if you going into like Duke, North Carolina, those schools that we grew up watching on television, right?
That's a fact.
Those people who can touch you, and you like, damn, they really can touch you.
That's a fact.
And you actually there. It's a whole different feeling.
It's a whole different feeling. I'm looking up at the banners, all the players that played here. I'm like, damn, I'm here. It's showtime now. I mean, we ended up losing by like 12. I had 21. But I felt good. Like they was number 3 in the nation at the time.
Right.
I felt good. I think Marcus Gignard I was his assignment. Marcus Gignard, he was there at the time, like defensive specialist.
Yes.
But they just kept talking the whole time about how I led the nation in scoring. So that was my first game out of JUCO in NCAA. So they was like, yo, this kid could score. Jason Williams on ESPN just kept talking about that. Everybody, my family just kept talking to me like, Jason Williams just kept bringing you up. Like, if they're going to win this game, Marvin Roberts going to have to explode. He's going to have one of those 40-point nights in JUCO. He just kept talking about my JUCO days. But,
wow.
But yeah, that probably was one of my favorite games. But I can't say what was my best game. I can't say because I had a lot of good games as far as
that's definitely a memorable moment right there, man.
Yeah, my first game ever in D1 was on ESPN against a number 3 team in the country. So that definitely, I was hyped. Like I said, I was hyped. Then I got nervous. Then once the jitters went away, it was just time to ball.
Right. Okay, cool. So now you move in 2 years there, right? How do you feeling like towards like the end of the year, senior year, when things kind of wind down and you trying to plan out your future? How was that?
Honestly, I wanted to leave after my junior year because I averaged damn near a dub my junior year. Throughout the first half of the year, I was probably top 5 in NCAA in scoring. So I felt like I had a better buzz my junior year, and I wanted to leave. But then I let Isaiah, my coaching staff, took me in the stand. So I stayed, and we was better my senior year. But we had basically the whole starting 5 averaged double digits. But we wasn't winning a lot of games. On paper, we were supposed to make to the tournament. I don't know if you ever heard of the kid called Alex Legion.
Okay.
He was a McDonald's All-American. He went to Kentucky, and then he transferred to FIU my senior year. So he came there. It was me and him on the wings. we had this kid named Eric Fredericks. He actually from Brooklyn too, but he didn't grow up in Brooklyn.
Okay.
But he played just like Melo, just
Really?
like Melo.
How tall was he?
Like 6'7". He played just like Melo. So you had Alex Legion, me, and him in the 2, 3, and the 4. And then we had a kid named Dominique. What's his last name? Dominique. Not something. What was his last name? Forget his last name. But he was a freshman when I was a senior. He committed to Kentucky. He was going to Kentucky. He's supposed to be a one and done. Isaiah got him to come there. So he was basically a 6'9", 3. But when in our conference, he was a 5. So coming out of high school, he's playing a 2-3. Well, he's supposed to go to Kentucky, be one and done. He came to us. So you got Alex Legion, a 5-star player, me, 5-star player, E. Fred, then you got the kid Dominique. On paper, everybody averaged double figures. On paper, we supposed to win, but we just couldn't get it together.
That's something about adding too many pieces, right?
Yeah.
Because he probably could have did it with y'all and just let y'all just up the ante in the scoring. That would have brought more attention to you guys.
Yeah. But he got some more. He went out and got more players, and I don't know if that helped us or hurt us, but we didn't win all the games we were supposed to win.
Because it probably took y'all a couple of years to gel and get that right. Then afterwards, it probably went right.
Right, but see, that was my senior year. Alex, he transferred in. That was his senior year. The kid E. Fred, that was his senior year because he came out of JUCO too. So we all was JUCO players and transfers. So we really, if we did have another year together, we'd have ran the tables because, no lie, everybody was scared of us. But for some reason, we just couldn't, we was losing 3 by 3 by 4 by 2, but we just couldn't get it right. Like, sometimes we all wasn't on the same page. You know how it goes. It'd be 1 or 2.
I've been in listen, my sophomore year, we won or lost 15 games by 3 points. And this was in a row.
Yeah, so
those kind of things is nerve-wracking.
That's a fact. But that team, my senior year, was supposed to go to the tournament. We were supposed to go to the tournament. Isaiah, he put a 5 together that should have went to the tournament, but we didn't. Got
you. So when you made the transfer to the D League, did you get drafted to the D League? How did that process go?
All right, so I had an agent. I didn't get drafted, so he was like, yo, we're going to go the overseas route. So I wasn't trying to hear that at the time.
Now, why did overseas turn you off so much at that moment?
I mean, because the money he was talking about, I was young, so he like, yo, you're going to go sign this deal. You're going to get $60,000 your first year. You're going to be in Germany in the second division. Just do what you're supposed to do. Your money gonna go up. I wasn't hearing that. I was like $60,000. I was like, yo, I just valued the 4 years of college. I'm like, Isaiah's supposed to be my coach. Like, y'all crazy. I'm like, yo, nah, we going to the league, bro. I'm not doing this. We going to the league. I'm not a $60,000 guy. Like, I was thinking 600,000, 7 M's, and millions. I was thinking that. Like, my confidence was through the roof at the time. Not knowing, I should have just humbled myself and took that 60,000. I mean, my career went fine, but as far as that Germany move, that Germany would have probably took everything over the top. I should have took that 60,000, went out there, did what I was supposed to do, scored my 20-something like they wanted me to, and who knows where it would have went from there. But I went the D-League route, and that was the political route.
Before we even touch on the D-League, let's move back to the overseas thing. And you realize that now that you're older, right?
Yeah.
So these are the lessons we want to pass down to the youth. So they see your interview and see like, wow, okay, he understood he made that mistake early on. If he just would have stuck it out, because a lot of times we give up on things too quick.
That's a fact. I definitely.
And it's cool that you realize that right now. That's dope.
Yeah, I definitely made a big mistake because even one of my assistant coaches in school was saying, he was like, yo, why you don't take the deal for 60? And I was like, yo, who's living off of 60,000? Remember, I want to be like Colin Hines. In my head, I'm Colin Hines.
Right.
And I'm young,
Not
so
knowing there's a lot of working people out here not even making 60,000.
right. At that time, I'm not thinking that. I'm just thinking, I know the type of money I'm being taken care of the whole time I'm in school. Like whatever I need, I could get, I could have. So it's whatever. So now I'm thinking, all right, now I'm gonna have to take care of me and my family going forward. So I was at 60,000, and my mind wasn't a lot to me. But to go play basketball overseas for a few months, 60,000 is a lot.
Yes.
Now I'm older, 60,000 to go bounce a ball and put it in the hole. That's a lot of money, bro. I could have took that and tripled that within 2 years.
And with the numbers you was putting up, and after you got the feel, it'd be like, hold on, so they want me to score these points, which
Right.
I'm already doing anyway. It's a piece of cake.
Right. So I was just thinking about the 60,000 and then being away from my family. So I was like I at the time I didn't think it was worth it, but it was. If I could turn back in the hands of time, I would have took that 60,000 without even thinking twice, and I would have just dealt with what I had to deal with. I had to go handle my business. It'd have been, my destiny was in my hands at the time. Because overseas, that's all it is. In the D League, but like you said, you're gonna get to that. But overseas, you control your destiny overseas, basically. In the D League, you can't control your own destiny.
Politics, fam.
That's a
It's
fact.
always the case. I found out more political things about basketball since I started this show that I've known my whole life. And we always knew it was there. That cloud was always there. But to actually see it play out and see what's happening is another thing. And you got to see it firsthand.
I got to see it firsthand, and I didn't get to see it until I got to the D League. So and I was old, like a little older at the time. So it was like, damn, I never dealt with this before. So at first I didn't know how to deal with it. So it was like, I seen other people deal with it, like in college, but I didn't know how to deal with it. So it was just a whole, I had to adjust to it, because even though I was doing what I was supposed to do in practice, Allen Houston used to come to me every day after practice and tell me how good I am.
Mm.
No lie. But the kid that was playing in front of me, his name was Corey Higgins. His father was a coach of the Bobcats, and Jordan was his godfather.
Uh-oh. That's
So,
you don't have to say no more.
I'm killing him every day.
Right.
Some days he'll have his days, he'll go at me too, but I'm killing him every day to the point where I was feeling bad. I used to kill him, throw the ball in his chest, like be a bully, but he was not giving me the same energy, so I used to feel bad. But it wasn't his fault. It was just political. And then on the other wing, it was Michael Thompson. That's Klay Thompson, brother. So I was playing.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm talking to my artist real quick. All right, so just let me know, all right? All right. Nah, because we got something special for you at the end of the show. I want to see where he was at with that.
All
But
right,
finish, you were saying to Klay Thompson?
yeah, so Michael Thompson is Klay Thompson, brother. He was on the other wing. So the four wings was Corey Higgins, me, Klay Thompson, and DJ Kennedy. DJ Kennedy, I went to St. John's.
Facts.
Those were the four wings, and then it was just tough. Like I get my minutes here and there, but Corey, I mean, coaches in the D League want to get called up too. So you got this coach's son on your team, and Jordan Guard's son on your team. Of course, you're gonna do right by him, and I knew it's political, because every day Allen used to come to me like, "Yo, Marv, yeah, like Isaiah didn't lie about you when he said how good you was, and that and the third, like you real good." And I knew it was coming sooner or later, so I was like,
right.
Yo, like I said,
How many years did you stay there? How long did you stay in the D League?
I stayed in the D League I got cut towards the end of the year. I got cut when Linsanity happened, because they cut me for Jeremy Lin.
Oh, okay.
So that whole Linsanity situation happened. I was just envisioning that was supposed to be me. But at the time, when they cut me, I thought it was about to be my time to go because Corey's father called him up. That was the year of the lockout.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey's father called him up to the Bobcats. So when he called him
Wow.
up, I'm like, oh, all right, bet. Now
I'm that.
go. It's time to go. Mike James,
Yeah.
the veteran Mike James, and
from Long Island. Yeah.
and Jeremy Lin pulled up. That's when they cut me and they cut this kid named Greg Washington. He from Long Island too. He went to Hofstra, big man.
Okay.
6'11" guy. They cut both of us and they kept James and Linsanity and Jeremy Lin. And that's when all that Linsanity stuff went crazy. But that was supposed to be me. Once they called up Corey, I already knew it was my time. Like, oh, all right, it's lit. But it wasn't lit.
Let me give you an example of politics, right? And there's a great lesson in this because the guy who went through this learned the lesson. Terrence Mincher, which I mentioned earlier, Mr. Basketball, New York State. Right? McDonald's All-American. He's like the #1 scorer in Texas University history. Get drafted. He's playing for the Miami Heat. But he's getting like 3 minutes, last 30 seconds. And his mind can't figure this out. Like, when I'm supposed to play hard for these last 30 seconds, not knowing yes.
Right.
This is the politics. Sometimes people put you through certain things to see how you're going to react to them.
That's a fact.
And he said, those same thing, G, knowing what I know now, being a grown man, if I would have sucked it up and been an adult and realized I'm on the NBA team and I just have to make my minutes count.
I'm about to say, once you got there, I know you want to perform when you get there, but you there, so you just got to make it work.
But do you understand the mental part of it? You're #1. You just got finished being the #1 in New York. You killing in college. You score, right?
I definitely
score,
that.
and now you go to NBA. You got to start back over.
That's
really how it is.
That's how I felt when I was in the D League. I used to be in my room thinking like, "Yo, this is crazy. Are you not that good, bro? Like, what? These other guys wasn't good that you was playing again? Like, I used to be thinking crazy. Like, nah." But it's not me. It's too political because I used to stay in the gym and work, shoot, and work. And I used to be in practice killing. And then I just figured like, yo, bro, no matter what you do, this is what it is. Unless you get on another team. But after I had that D-League experience, I didn't want to go back to the D-League. That's when I just started going overseas.
How was that now? Now you go back someplace you didn't want to do the first time. Now you go this time. Do you enjoy it? Is it what you thought it was?
Yeah, for the most part. So after that, after I got cut towards the end of the season, it was a season in DR about to start. So my agent had got me a little gig out there for the summertime. So I went out there, I played. It was cool. I enjoyed it. And then I ended up getting a gig in Mexico. Mexico was good. Mexico was better competition than DR. It was 3 Americans to a team. DR was only 1. 2, I'm lying, 2. It was 2. So basically a guard and a big man. But in Mexico it was 3 to a team. So it was better competition. But Mexico was fun. I liked it a lot. Everybody have to adjust. My first time in Mexico, I had to adjust to everything. Eating habits, as far as timing. Like I said, and being away. Well, I was away from my family in the D-League, but I wasn't that far because I was in PA when I was on the Erie baseball.
Mexico was the biggest transition that you had to make far as the basketball life. Yeah.
Mexico, and been to Italy for some tournaments, but I haven't stayed out there for a long period of time, but I've been there for tournaments.
Okay. What was the food like down in Mexico that you had to adjust to?
That's crazy because I was just eating a lot of fast food while I was down there because I didn't know really what to eat. So whatever looked familiar, I would grab it. I mean,
Got you.
Or they got a lot of food trucks out there. And I guess that's their thing. The food trucks be good with all the different rice and whatever they be making out there. So some of my teammates used to go to those trucks. So I mean, I'll go with them and get some food. If it was good, if it looked appealing, then I get it. But if
And
not,
it's probably a little bit more healthier than the fast food joints anyway.
yeah, it was. It definitely was. It was better too, because I mean, you get tired of the Burger Kings and the McDonald's and all that.
Right. Wow. So now you finish up playing overseas. You come back. Do you hit the tournament scene like soon as you come back home?
I was hitting the tournament scene after college, honestly, and during college too. So when I was in JUCO, I was coming home. I was playing in street ball tournaments. So when I was in JUCO, that's when it was Kenny Satterfield and all of them, Homicide.
Nice, yeah, cool. My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going at them as a youngin. I was going at all of those guys as a youngin. I was playing with Money Inc. at the time, you know, Show.
Okay. Yeah. They won a lot of games. Yeah.
Yeah, so Show brought me out to the street ball scene. He let me rock out, and I like Show let me rock out. I ain't gonna lie. I like Show as a coach. He let me do whatever I wanted to do. He gave me that green light, and that's why I said I used to go at a lot of those guys. And then later on in my not street ball career, but a couple years after that, let me see, after FIU, like after my junior year, I started rocking out with Sean Bell.
So you played on that classic Sean Bell team?
What you said?
Did you play on that legendary Sean Bell team that was winning every tournament?
That's a fact. We swept the whole city. I'm on that newspaper article right on the front. We swept the whole city that year.
Yeah, like the legendary. That was a legendary run, man.
Shout out to my guy BG. BG too.
Fact.
BG's my guy.
That's real. That's real.
But yeah, that was legendary stuff right there, honestly.
Yeah. Because everybody was talking about it. Every park, every tournament, they were just like, Sean Bell, that you gotta go see that team, man. You gotta go see them guys play.
We was running
hard, play together.
We was running through everybody. Yeah, that's a fact. Like I said, whoever on that day, we gonna rock out with. We gonna rock out with. We got 10 guys that can get 30, but whoever on that day, we gonna rock out with. If he on 2 games in a row, we gonna rock out with him 2 games in a row.
That's real. What up, yo, BG? When you gonna get your picture? We got beat up, fam. I still got your picture. I got BG saying what's up.
That's a fact. Me and BG was in the backcourt when I was a youngin.
Really?
Yeah. Money Inc.
I know he ball.
That's a fact. Like I said, when I was
on the show.
After prep school in college, in JUCO, I was already playing street ball. When a lot of the guys wasn't my age, wasn't playing street ball, wasn't playing up. They wasn't playing with the older guys. So it's like when we ran the tables we ran the city and we won all those tournaments. It was like none of those guys was playing when I was playing. So it was like they wasn't as good as the Homicides and the K-Sats and all of them. And
Got you. Look, when Corey came on the show, he said, you know, he wasn't a great high school basketball player, wasn't a great college basketball player, but he made the streets his, right? He figured out a way to get to the next level. And it's not like those guys, man. And you did it on so many different levels because you're special with yourself, okay? Because you did it on so many different levels and still was coming back playing street ball and playing the NCAA. Right?
That's a fact. Coming home,
There's so many things that you were doing that a lot of guys didn't do. They probably was doing either or.
That's a fact. People was coming home and not playing like, I don't want to play on the concrete. I don't want to do this. I'm like, all right, y'all don't got to play. I was out there dogging. I was having fun. Like, basketball was fun to me. As some people, as they get older, look at it as a job, but basketball supposed to be fun. So I was just having fun.
Where did you get the name MoneyovaFame? Who gave you that?
MoneyovaFame?
Yeah.
One of my guys gave me that name. It's just something I always said. Like, I'd rather have money and nobody know about it. Like, y'all can keep it.
Say it again, fam.
y'all could keep the fame. I'd rather have the money. Like I'd rather be rich and wealthy and nobody know it. I mean, so that's how I always ran with the money over fame. But they used to
live like you don't have nothing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Sometimes, I mean, you could pop out, but I rather the money over the fame. But the thing that some people don't know, sometimes that come with it. But like I said, I rather the money. I mean, I could keep the fame. I don't want the fame.
That's real. That's real. So how did you end up on Fight Ball? Who told you about this?
All right. You know Bernard.
Bernard who?
Oh, what's Bernard's last name?
See, when we come in the basketball world, right?
Bernard. He from the
People
Bronx.
know me as Glenn. Some people know me as Pooh.
That's
right?
a fact.
We got nickname. So
Yo, BG, what's Bernard's last name? But
where's he from? Brooklyn?
He from the Bronx.
Okay, I probably don't know.
Yeah, he's from the Bronx. This was after I got Nike Player of the Year. I got Nike Player of the Year, and then that.
Bowen. His name is Bowen.
Yeah.
Bernard Bowen.
Facts.
Good looking out. Yeah.
So after I got Nike Player of the Year, they had like a tryout. So they was trying to put it together. Like they knew what they wanted to do, but they didn't know who they wanted to pick. So they had a bunch of guys come. They had, you know, BJ the Beast, me, Malcolm Grant, Chris Smith. Who else? They had a few guys there. So they had guys there doing interviews, checking guys' personalities out. Everybody's playing one-on-one. They were seeing who they felt was gritty enough for, because it was a fight ball, so they wanted people to fit the name. So they chose me for it. I was one of the guys they chose for it. And to continue, all you gotta do is win your first game. When you win your first game, you automatically go into the next fight ball. So if you lose that first game, it's over. If they bring you back, they bring you back later on down the line. But all you gotta do is win that first game, and you automatically get to the next one. So Bernard, he actually called me for that. Once they see me in the interviews and on the court, I mean, they was cool. They just loved my personality. They loved everything. So the fight ball was big. The fight ball was definitely big.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3 pictures of you right now. I'm looking at Marvin Roberts at FIU. Right? Got Marvin Roberts on his Instagram. And Marvin Robertson fight ball. Are all 3 of those dudes the same person?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, they not.
That's real. And that's honest.
They not. Instagram is Instagram. Fight Bull Marv, and you said my FIU Marv. That's Marv. Instagram.
You got the gold tie, looking sharp and serene, like you're about to go out there earn $1 million and being a CEO of a company. You know, we take those pictures that be in the yearbook what we got to look like, but sharp, student athlete, right? And then
that's a fact.
You look at Marv on Fight Ball, and it's the dog, it's the sideburns, it's the grit, it's the, you know.
That's from the gutter Marv.
Brooklyn chant that's filling up the air when you're on the court.
That's from the gutter Marv. The one with the tie. That's the corporate. I gotta show y'all I could do both sides. I could put a tie on and sit at the table with y'all. I mean, I could sit at the table with y'all, but then I could also go get it out the mud too. And the Instagram, the one on Instagram, he's just a mixture of both. Like he could do both.
Got you.
He could come sit at the table. He could bring the table, and he a dog also.
Nice. So listen, I'm watching this, right? And I'm getting all my boys who coming over. They like, yo, what you watching? I'm like, yo, fam, this shit is tough. One-on-one basketball, a mixture of skill, street ball, and jail ball. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right?
It is jail ball.
So, you gotta be mentally tough. So as the game's going on, bro, I'm like, damn. First half was looking kind of shaky. You couldn't hit nothing, really. I was like, damn. He was just knocking down all these shots the game before. And then Duke come down, which he was a big man. and which I knew he didn't have a chance because you had way more skill than him.
Right.
Right. I always think skill gonna win on brute force any day. That's just how I look at it.
Right.
And we like the same size, right? You can shoot, you can handle, a lot of the same skills. So I know I'm like, yo, this is a piece of cake. First half didn't look too good, fam.
I think I went into that game overconfident. I knew I was gonna beat him.
Okay. Now we get into it.
I knew I was gonna beat him. Like it was no doubt in my mind.
Too.
Huh?
Right. I thought the same thing.
Like it was no doubt in my mind I wasn't gonna win that game. I just went into the game too overconfident because the year before, the fight ball before, I played his friend, and I beat his friend. So they went to Philly to get another guy. So they cool, and his friend was his coach at this time. So his friend was coaching him. So I'm like, yo, I already beat you, so I already know I'm gonna beat him. Like, and I knew he wasn't athletic, he wasn't a shooter, so it was like nothing. I'm like, there's nothing he could do but try to bully me. So that's what he tried to do. But like I said, I went in that game overconfident. But then my trainer was like, yo, what are you doing? Relax. Like, yo, just play your game.
Who was the guy that was coaching you, that was motivating you?
That was my friend, Justin Bright.
Salute.
Shout out to Justin Bright. He got his own training, humble stud. He coached at Boys and Girls.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep, I know him now. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, he trained all the young kids. He trained older guys. He trained pros. But that was my guy. When he first started training, I was probably one of the first guys that started just working out with him every day. Every day, people started seeing me working out with Just. Everybody started going to work out with him. His clientele went up, and he just took it from there. He came, Fight Ball. They seen him on Fight Ball. He went up from there. But just he a real good dude. Just a real good dude.
That's real. So then, think you're 15, 13. He comes down, and I think the Isaiah Thomas coaching skills kicked in because you picked him. Bomb. And look, bro, you know, big dude can't really handle you, trying to do too much. You have super long arms. You're able to hit the ball without fouling him, right? It's hard to come across somebody's body without touching them.
That's a fact.
And you hit the ball, and I watched it a couple of times. I was like, damn, he got that shit clean. Went down, caught the dunk, and then the momentum changed right then and there.
Yeah, it was over after that.
It just like, that sucked the life out of him. He was like, damn, I'm a big man for real. You know what I'm saying? At that moment, trying to handle on you.
Yeah, it was over after that. That definitely but Fight Ball, man, it's skill, it's hard, it's really mental, and your stamina gotta be up.
Yes.
Like yes, gotta be up. Like up. Like that's I don't care how good you are, how skilled you are. If your stamina is not up, you gonna fold because you by yourself, and that's that up and down the court for 4 minutes straight. Like that's crazy.
It's like the same like a boxer punching for 3 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember going to St. John's gym back in the days to go play basketball, and one of my friends was in there taking boxing lessons, and I'm laughing at him, you know, because he's getting hit upside the head. And the trainer was like, you want to come put on the gloves? And I was like, yeah. Man, it was like a minute and a half. I'm tired like shit. I have so much respect for him. I took that shit off. I was like, yo, I got respect for you. This is hard. It's not easy.
That's a fact. And then people...
So that Fight Ball is the same thing.
People probably think, like, it don't look that crazy. They probably run up and down for 4 minutes and think that, this is nothing. I can run up and down for 4 minutes, but you playing defense, you getting hit, you trying to get to the bucket, like you doing everything. And like I said, it's called Fight Ball, so they're not calling fouls like that.
There you go. And those hits weigh on you.
You got to play through all of that. And then, like I said, you tired. It's hot. You got the crowd on you, everybody on you. Like, I love Fight Ball. Fight Ball's fun, for sure. That's definitely my kind of environment.
I think you was made for that.
I love, especially like Gersh Park nights when it's crazy, Dykeman nights when it's crazy. Like those are the environments I love. Like coming from New York City, I definitely loved it. So it definitely, like I said, go back to that North Carolina game.
Yes.
It's different. That crowd is different than being in the park. Like and you go to North Carolina in the dome, and then the crowd is all on this crazy. Those are two different feelings, honestly.
Yes.
But
yes.
I feel like I was made for both.
That's dope. That's dope, man. So now we're gonna get into some things now. Your 3 toughest opponents: high school, college, and on the pro level.
Our 3 toughest opponents in high school?
No, just one. We're gonna go one each, right?
Uh-huh.
One in high school, one college, and one in pros.
My toughest opponent in high school. I'm gonna say Nolan Smith. Yeah, when we went to Oak Hill, that was a tough game for me. I did my thing though, but like I said, Nolan, he was good. I'm trying to see college. I'm gonna say I forget his name. He went to Florida State. 6'7" dude. He went to the league too. He used to play on the Washington Wizards for a little while. And what's his name? I forget his name.
He made it to the league. That means it was tough.
That's a fact.
I tell people, you can be the last man on the
He was a lottery pick.
In 30 seconds. You tough.
He was a lottery pick.
Chris Singleton.
Chris Singleton. Facts. There you go, Irv. Good looking.
Irv, good looking, my brother. Good looking. See? Love it. Love it.
Chris Singleton, he played defense. He played.
Okay.
He was good. He played both ends of the floor. Like 6'7". Like I said, I had a lot of the school's best defenders on me throughout college. So I'm gonna say Chris Singleton. And on the pro level, I'm gonna probably say one of my good friends. And this is just off of us being playing pickups and working out, and it's Delroy James.
Nice.
Delroy at times give me a hard time of scoring, and I don't get that from a lot of people. People don't give me score, but
that's real.
That's sometimes that happens with him. Like he'll give me a hard time scoring. So you definitely got to worry about him on both ends of the floor because he also is a bucket. So I'm gonna say him. As far as anybody else, like I can't think of nobody else that gave me a hard time on a pro level, like in street ball or. Yeah, nobody, honestly.
All right, that's cool. All right, we're going to have some fun now with our top 5s, right? Since you have so many different areas of ball, we're going to get into a few, all right?
Yeah.
So, top 5 players in high school, your era. Top 5 players in your era, high school. New York City, yep. Strictly New York.
Top 5 players of my era. Can I go older than me? Like
Facts.
All right, my backcourt gonna be Bashy and G Irv.
Woo! Tough.
Yeah. Who I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go top 5. Bashy, G Irv. Let me see. Who else could I go? Because there's a lot of tough guys. Yeah, one. The backcourt was easy.
Who's that?
The backcourt was.
The backcourt was easy. It's from giving you that Jeopardy music. The backcourt easy, baby.
The backcourt was easy.
Got 3 more.
All right. Man.
We got G. We got Herb Walker, Bashy.
I'm gonna go Ramel Bradley.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm gonna go Ramel Bradley. And these two bigs. And let me see. Who else?
Herb, help him out, Herb. Top 5 usually get people, man. You play with so many players,
It's
and
20
you want to make sure it's right.
There's too many people to think of right now. Yeah, Chris was good. Chris was definitely good. Oh, I could never forget.
Chris Taft, nice. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, my boy
who
Lee
you have?
too. My boy Levance. Levance is tough. Levance Fields.
Oh, we got to get him on here. Facts. Zavarian great.
Marvin.
Great.
That was in my high school. I only said Steph. I only said Bashy. Bashy was like 2 years older than me. So, and Bashy and G like 2-3 years older than me. So I went that far. But Steph, that's too old. But Steph,
you got one more.
That's definitely top 5 in his era for sure. Like Steph was a joke.
I just put him up today. Top 5 players in New York history. My guy, the Hoop Post, he be doing these top 5s because I do them on here at the end of my episodes.
That's a fact.
And he put up. He said Chris Mullin, Lenny Wilkins, Connie Hawkins, and who else did he say? Steph Marbury, Lenny Wilkins, Bernard King, Connie Hawkins, and Chris Mullin. He said that was his top 5.
My boy Earl not up there?
Huh?
I said my boy Earl not up there?
Earl who?
My boy the Pearl not up there?
Oh, Pearl. Look.
Come on.
Yo, Pearl Washington to me. And even though I had Tiny in my top 5, but Pearl Washington, I think, was the greatest high school basketball point guard in New York City.
I'm about to say Pearl was that deal. He was nice.
Right? I think Steph, you got Pearl, Steph, Kenny. Those guys kind of, Bashy comes in afterwards, but these guys shift the culture.
No, for sure.
Right?
Especially Kenny.
Pearl shift the culture that made everyone guard skill step up.
That's a fact.
Kenny came, and Kenny was first team All-City all 4 years.
Kenny was different.
This never happened for a point guard.
Kenny was different.
And then Steph, who's getting movies done after them, right? This dude went to another country and did what he was supposed to do here.
He got
8 times over.
Country. Steph was I said he got a statue in another country.
Right. Doing it crazy. All right. Top 5 tournaments in New York City.
Oh, that should be a little easier. Top 5 tournament.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Gersh at 1.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Pro City at 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Dykeman 3, Hoops in the Sun 4, and Hoops in the Sun, and I guess
By default, the 5th one is.
I'm get a fire to my boy BG, LES Express, man.
LES Express.
Shout out LES
right.
Express, man.
Salute my guy BG.
Shout out my
LES Express. We're gonna give him some love right now.
That's a fact.
Top 5 right there.
Dunker's Delight. That was back in the day, bro. Dunker's Delight was back in the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Dunker's Delight was definitely.
He said IS8.
That was back in the day too. He said
Leroy. Ah, wow. Okay.
ISA was definitely my favorite tournament in life.
Nice.
That's
nice.
Why I really
Salute Pete Edwards. Pete, you need to come on the show.
Yo,
let me tell you something. I know you guys know him as CEO, Pete Edwards, but he used to rule the city at one time. His name was Secret Weapon on the Streets. And I'm telling you,
Pete used to hoop.
He had game. And him and Pearl went out there and sold in the hole. Okay? Pearl came out on top, but everybody knew Secret Weapon's name because he was a lock-up defender.
That's crazy. I ain't know Pete Hoop.
What?
I ain't know that.
Pete was crazy. Him, his backcourt partner. Oh, man, it's going to kill me. He's going to come. Somebody help me out. Pete Edwards' backcourt partner from back in the days. Eric Hicks, if you on here, I know you know. Let me tell you something.
Yo, Rod, I ain't know that. I ain't know Pete was nice. Pete, my
what? They went like 3 summers in a row, killing every tournament. Every tournament back in the day.
Wilcox.
Nah.
Elmer?
His name, not Elmer. This dude that I'm talking about, he went to USC. He left USC, was one of the top players in the country from Brooklyn, went to USC, and he got caught up in the politics because the USC, the university wanted Ronnie Lott to play football and basketball. Kurt Sumter, thank you. Thank you, too. Look at that. Too, he from my era, we know.
Okay,
this is what we grew up. Him and Kurt Sumter ruled every tournament.
Nah, that's fire. I didn't even know that. I got it when I see Pete, man.
Oh, for sure.
He always
legend.
I love
and Kurt Sumter got caught up in the politics because football player Ronnie Lott, they wanted him to play football and basketball. And wanted him to move in the starting position over Kurt Sumter. So he left and came back to Brooklyn. Kurt Sumter was a pro.
Yeah.
Before kids was able to see a pro, Kurt Sumter was it.
Nah, that's what up for sure.
No flash.
Pete and Kurt Sumter was backcourt.
Tell you. All right. Last question before we get you out of here. Let me call my guy, see if he got this picture ready real quick. Top 5. And it could be all you, fam, but I had to put it in there anyway. Top 5 fight ball players.
Top 5 fight ball players.
Dylon.
I had to say that. I was about to say that.
That's real. You ready, my brother? Let me see if I bring him on. You ready? Yo. Let's see if I bring him on here. I'm cutting you off here, Bree. See if I can bring him on here. I'm bringing you on, my brother.
Nah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the summertime and shit.
Oh, no, I can't wait either, brother. I need to hit these parks, man. Listen, they talking about having high school basketball played outside with no spectators.
Yeah, they crazy, man. I don't know what they doing with that. They got to figure something out with that, though.
All right, so coming into the room right now is resident artist Jamel Powell, another ball player. He's just an absolute phenomenal as an artist. Check this out.
Nah, that
he got a few pictures in one for you, so he gonna go through it.
Nah, that's fire. That's fire. Yeah, that's fire, bro.
No doubt, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I know you and BK, we can hook up this weekend. I know I'm gonna see you tomorrow, Mal.
Nah. Probably like Friday.
All right, so Friday, I'm gonna get the picture and we can hook up so you can get your artwork. All right, my brother?
Good looking, bro. I appreciate that.
No doubt.
No doubt, bro.
No doubt.
That's fire.
Thanks, man.
Facts, Tooth. I have my own food out there.
No doubt, brother.
Yeah, that's fire. I'm gonna hang that up for sure.
No doubt. No doubt. And it's so crazy, man. Look, I'll tell you, me and your uncle go back since we were teenagers, you know, go way back. Got to get him on here one day
Coulda let him-
talk basketball because
Him on.
he has a lot of history. He knows a lot of the same people I know. We saw a lot of the great dudes that came up that was ahead of us, you know. And then, look, man, Jeff Thomas, right? Let's say that.
Yeah.
Is that your dad? Is that
Nah.
one of your uncles?
Nah.
I'm trying to figure this out, fam. It's a lot of ball players. Don't want to leave nobody out. But yo, Marv, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming on the show,
Yo.
sharing your story.
I appreciate you for having me, bro. Anytime, man. Anytime.
No doubt, man. No doubt. No doubt.
Bye.
So what are you up to these days, man, before you get out of here?
I mean, I've been just chilling, taking care of the family. Yo, the Lakers in 6, y'all. I don't know this guy in here talking about Nets in 4. He's wilding. Play, yo, what?
They from Brooklyn. You can't blame them.
I mean, I can't blame him, but until the King retire, then we gonna do the Nets talk. But the King's still around. Tone, what up? And then I just been chilling, taking care of the family. Working out low key. I ain't been posting. I've been working out no. I don't want everybody to think that I'm just chilling and I ain't doing nothing. So the cat's probably out the bag now that I be working out and all that. But
that's dope, man. That's dope. And look, whatever you got coming up, any games that's in the area, hit me up. Come through. Come through and check it out. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep this thing going. Let people know what you up to.
Wooski. All right, no problem. You definitely. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna hit you up. Everything gonna be
no doubt.
And I mean,
salute, my brother.
Be a good summer, man. Should be a good summer.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, big bro. Appreciate you.
All right. Peace. So then we have that hoop to go pro, right? We auctioned it off. But I want to say thank you to my guy, Marvin, MoneyovaFame Roberts, for coming through, sharing his story. Look, bro. When you see one of us having success, we got to celebrate it. It should never be hate. We should always celebrate our own. Because somebody else may write their story, and it may be different. So we hear it from the person themselves, and we know that they're speaking from the heart, and they're telling their story. We got to appreciate it. And anything that comes with that, we're going to support. But, like I said, we're auctioning off to go to Pro Hoop. I'm telling you. Oh, Hoops to Go Pro. I keep saying this thing wrong. Check it out. If you want this, we are auctioning it off for a good cause. We out of here now. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and we are Basketball Heads, the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.
Y'all ready?